Hello, my dear students at home. I hope you are staying safe. Welcome to online teaching from St. Charles College, Onitsha. I am your business studies teacher, Mrs. Anazor Gloria. The topic for discussion this week is office equipment. But before we go into the main lesson, I would like you to keep watch to these specific objectives. At the end of this lesson, you students must identify the office equipments when you see them, mention some of these equipments, and state the uses of these equipments. Then, office equipment. These are machines and assets used in the office for quick and easy performance of office work. So these machines help the work done in the office to move faster. So one of these equipment, one of them is the typewriter. The typewriter is a machine used to make printed impression on paper. It is the oldest of these office equipment because before the coming out of computer, is only the typewriter that is used to type or make printed copies of materials. So this typewriter, we have two types of typewriter. We have the manual and the electric typewriters. Then the one you are seeing in the picture now is a typical sample of a manual typewriter. Now, the manual typewriter is the one that is used without electricity, but you need much energy to operate it. It is commonly used in remote areas where there is no electricity. Then the electric typewriter is similar to the computer and soft to operate. It must be, but another thing about it is that it must be connected to electricity before it can function. So people that doesn't have electricity cannot use electric typewriter. Then another equipment is the computer. Computer is an electronic device which helps in the performance of basic clerical activities in the office. So these activities include accounting, keeping records, filing, typing and processing of data, that is information. So in this modern time, you will notice that the computer has outplaced the typewriter. The picture you are seeing is a complete set of a computer. Now, this computer, after working on it, you use another machine which we call the printer to print out documents already prepared in the computer. Next one is the calculating machine or calculator. This is a machine used for calculating and multiplication of figures. The one you are seeing now is the oldest form of calculating machine. If you look at it very well, you will see the figures being engraved on the machine. So it's commonly used by the accounting department to calculate or add figures. But in modern times, the one you students might be familiar with is the one you are seeing now. That is the normal calculator. So this normal calculator has outplaced the one I showed you before. Okay, then another one is the franking machine. This is a machine used to make stamp impressions on envelopes. So this machine is usually used by big offices that send huge volumes of mails. So instead of going to the post office to buy stamp or pasting stamps, they carry their machine to the post office, and the post office will fix the amount of stamp they want on it, and they will stay in their office and be stamping the envelopes. and when the amount, or when they are finished using it, or when it has exhausted, it will stop working until you go back to the post office to recharge it again. So another one is the punch or perforator. It's used to make holes on papers and files. So you can see the sample of a perforator. You also have a smaller form of perforator, which that is being used by small offices. Then another one is the stapler. The stapler is a machine used for holding or pinning papers together. So when you want to hold together copies of papers, you use the stapler. Then if you want to remove the pins, as if you want to disengage the papers again, you use what we call stepler-remover to remove the pin and then disengage the paper. Then another one is the paper trimmer. This is used to cut papers to the sizes and shapes of your choice. So when you make a photocopy of a paper or a document, and then the paper or the document might be small, while the paper used in photocopying it is big, then you use the paper trimmer to trim the document to the normal size you want. The next one is the telephone. The telephone is a device used to send oral messages from one person to another person. The one you are seeing on your screen is the one that is used in most offices. So some people call it landline, and it can be used to connect even the handset and so on. But the one you are seeing is the one you would normally use in the offices. Then the handset is also a telephone, but the handset is a mini computer. Then that's by the way. Then another one is the photocopier or photocopying machine. This is used to make duplicate copies of the original copy. The photocopy machine gives you the exact copy of the original document. If that document has pictures or has colors, the photocopy machine will present it the way it is, even the colors there too. So you can use the photocopy to make as many copies as possible of the original copy. Then the next one is the teleprinter. The teleprinter is a machine connected to the telex or fax machine, which enables one to receive oral messages in printed form. Many of you may not be familiar with the teleprinter, but before it can work, it must be connected to a telephone like the one you have seen before. And then when somebody sends message orally using the telephone, then the teleprinter brings it out in printed form. Okay, then we have other machines that can be used, which I may not be able to give you the pictures. These machines include adding machine. This adding machine is commonly used to add up figures, like when you go to the supermarket to buy something, they will use the machine to add whatever you have bought, and then within a twinkle of an eye they will give you the total amount. And when you pay, it brings out the receipt at the same time. Then we also have the filing cabinets. You have the data stamp pads or date stamp pads, which you use to stamp your mails. Then the paper knife is just like the ordinary kitchen knife, but this one is somehow smaller. Then you have the scissors, which you are familiar with. Then the scanner. So many of you may not be familiar with the scanner or scanning machine. It's a machine that is used to change hard copies of documents to soft copies. So this one you are seeing at your screen is the scanner or scanning machine. Then you also have the projector. This one is used to view images on the wall, or project images for a large crowd to see. Then you also have the shredding machine. This machine is used to squeeze waste papers. So you know, office is made up of papers, documents. So some of these documents may not, it may not be good to throw them away, because people can pick them up and read the information there. So before you discard them, you shred the papers, squeeze the papers, and then discard them. Then you have the stamp pad, and so on and so on. We still have more of these office machines. Then for your assignment, I would like you to write 5 uses of a computer, write 5 differences between a typewriter and a computer, and then 5 similarities of a typewriter and a computer. Then I would also like you to find out more machines that can be used in the office, which I did not say, and then write them out boldly and then send to me in my own personal WhatsApp. The phone number which you will use in sending it is 080-689-57537. I repeat, 080-689-57537. Continue to obey your parents, continue to stay safe at home, read your books, and then hope to see you next time. Thank you.